The Arctic Monkeys are with us. Hello.
Hello.
Well, I say the Arctic Monkeys are with us. You're trying to get you in session for 3 years, and then we finally do, and then 2 of you aren't here.
Yeah.
Predictably, bass and drums. They never turn up for sessions.
We've brought a bearded gentleman by the name of Eddie Ashton with us to supplement.
Is your name Eddie Ashton? I heard it was John.
Oh, yeah, but we decided Eddie Ashton sounds more like a keyboard player than John Ashton.
Oh, I'll go with Eddie Ashton.
And it is his middle name.
Okay, hello.
Edmund.
Hello, John Edward Ashton. And, well, Jamie's here, but I get 2 Arctic Monkeys. One of them doesn't even have a microphone.
Oh, yeah. He's going to...
just moral support in the background.
He'll be behind it. He'll be behind the mic.
Who are the 2 beefcakes in the corner? What's going on over there?
Don't worry about. They're in your imagination.
It's nice to have you anyway. Listen, I know publicity is like tooth extraction for you, so we'll be as gentle as we
I thought
will.
I was the only one that could see them too.
No, they're there. They really are. How do you see them, by the way?
Oh yeah, because we are assuming that we're having the same vision.
Exactly.
Has one got a tattoo?
One's got a tattoo. One's got a couple of jailhouse tats.
Yeah.
And the other one looks like you wouldn't cross him.
Yeah, but they've both got a considerable amount of tattoos.
One seems to be saying he's a masseuse, which that's you. Are you the band masseuse?
Yeah, just in case.
Wow,
you know.
living the dream.
Yeah.
Now we saw you last time. We saw you at the Oya Festival in Norway. But do you get when you're touring to spend a bit of time in a place, or do you have to just go on in one place to another? Because at the end of the day, it's your dollar, I guess, isn't it? So you've got to go on and get to the next place.
Get to the next one. Yeah, that's right. And I suppose recently as well, we've been playing sort of larger arena type shows, which often tend to be like out of town a bit, don't they? You know what I mean? So
just always strikes me as quite sad, because you want to go. I mean, one of the reasons why you start a band is because if you know, I suppose is the idea that you might get a chance to travel and see the world.
Well, and we certainly have done that. And you know, like whenever because other times, I suppose. Yeah, before we've been doing arenas, when you do a theatre, I guess they do tend to be like in the city or in, by the canal, so you get to have a look around sometimes.
Okay, listen, we're going to do 2 tracks. What are you going to do first for us?
Crying Lightning.
Okay, the last single, yeah?
Yes.
Brilliant stuff. The Arctic Monkeys was Crying Lightning.
Outside the cafe by the cracker factory, you were practicing a magic trick, and my thoughts got rude as you talked and chewed on the last of your pick and mix. Said you're mistaken if you're thinking that I haven't been caught cold before, as you bit into your strawberry lace. And then offered me your attention in the form of a gobstopper. It's all you had left and it was going to waste. Your pastimes consisted of the strange, the twisted and deranged, and I loved that little game you had called Crying Lightning, and how you like to aggravate the ice cream man on rainy afternoons. The next time that I caught my own reflection, it was on its way to meet you, thinking of excuses to postpone. You never looked like yourself from the side, but your profile could not hide the fact you knew I was approaching your throne. With folded arms you occupied the bench like toothache, stood and puffed your chest out like you never lost a war. And though I tried so not to suffer the indignity of reaction, there was no cracks to grasp or gaps to claw. And your pastimes consisted of the strange, the twisted and deranged, and I ate that little game you had called Crying Lightning, and how you like to aggravate the icky man on rainy afternoons. Uninviting, but not up as impossible as everyone assumes you are. Crying lightning. crying lightning, crying lightning. Your pastimes consisted of the strange, the twisted and deranged, and I hate that little game you have called crying.
You're brilliant, man. I want you on my team. Does that not hurt, doing the guitar solo at the end of that? He's a man of few words, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Eddie Grant.
So listen, wrote the album in Norfolk, and you found a DeLorean car in the farm you were on. How does that happen?
That's the first thing I saw, even before I took my shoes.
What, did you get it to work?
No.
You need some Libyans and some uranium. That's what you need for that.
Yeah.
Norfolk, obviously, I remember growing up as quite a bleak place to go on holiday, but I still really enjoyed it. Did you write or did you record the album up there?
Yeah, we just sort of like worked, like routine, I suppose is a word you could just use to describe what we did there. But it was, yeah, I'd kind of written a few songs and there was a few ideas, and we'd not really played together for a bit. And so we sort of regrouped.
How do you find those places? Because I imagine you seem to be a guy that's you're obsessed with attention to detail and so forth. So you want to go to the right place to get back in the groove, as it were. So
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys find it, or does someone else find it? They go, oh, it's a nice little place in Norfolk.
Someone else had had an experience there. I did just. I think it was like one of the fellas at the label had sent a band there recently.
I just imagine this is the sort of place if you turned up to and you didn't like, you wouldn't want to stay there. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, it was
Lucked out.
Yeah.
Maybe they just put the DeLorean there for you. Or...
That's what the maybe that explains that. Yeah.
And is it? I don't ever know. Is it Josh Homme?
Homme.
I imagine he's, you're a guy that knows your own mind, but I imagine he's quite a terrifying producer. Is he? Is he the kind of guy that no one puts baby in a corner? That kind of a guy?
Well, when you're as hard as I am.
Still City and all that. But I imagine he sacked his best mate who was his bass player. I imagine he doesn't take any prisoners.
We didn't mess with him.
Now, and you with him, you went to the Joshua Tree. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Now, did you work in the Joshua Tree, or was that just like a?
Most of the record was recorded there.
Now, Ben, my producer's been out to the Joshua Tree and says it's quite a terrifying place to be because you are properly in wilderness in the middle of nowhere. So you can just be walking along with the snakes and so forth everywhere.
That's right. I think we the time of year we went, the sort of more menacing wildlife is in hibernation.
And you with Josh Homme as well.
Yeah.
So,
Your rattlesnakes scurry away.
Exactly. Only going to be one winner
in
there.
this boot.
Is the desert quite an incredible place to make an album?
It really was. I think we were, when he proposed we go out there to record it, I think we were a bit sort of cocky about it. It's like, oh yeah, he wants to go to the desert. Like, I sort of feeling like we knew what to expect. It'd be like sand, cacti, snakes, like you said. But then once as soon as we arrived, it was clear it was a very special place and like nowhere we'd ever been before. Certainly not to record.
Was it sort of? I spent a month in the desert when I was working, and was lucky enough to spend it in Africa, and it was in Namibia. But it was what I loved about it every night was the stars you saw, and the fact that there was always a little fire, and we all sat down and drank a little bit of wine and sort of talked, and no one watched TV or anything like that. Was it sort of like that?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, there was like a fire pit and those stars that you mentioned. Yeah.
But you did the album.